Hi. So, why does this one pop back here? Yeah, so YouTube chat, when you have it as a window here in OBS, it's kind of funny. So, yeah, I think it's become a tiny bit better. So this is just Twitter chat works fine, you know. Always it's YouTube. Several times now, we said we should fix stuff right on stream, and I'm still a bit sick, so let's get some stuff done. On the list we have YouTube auto messages, YouTube TTS to the normal one. I don't think we can fix that today because it's not on me. Fix spam messages, or rather I'll have to ask someone. Rubber control for YouTube chat on screen. We tried one, but it wasn't good, so. And yesterday I added to lurk and unlurk because someone used those, you know, and they're kind of common. And I know I already have on the list, like, we should have hugs and stuff, right? I don't have any of that. Also, I have a lot of videos that are like, yeah, I've thought I'd add them to the stream. We'll see. Maybe we'll just end up doing the normal hacking stuff anyway, because I'm tired and that's easier. So we have streamer.bot that's controlling the stream. A few streams ago, we changed the robot controls. Let's actually use my script to back up all the code. And one of the bits, I just restarted the computer. One of the things that wouldn't start before was actually code. I claimed to be open. I could have just shut it down anyway, you know, but I thought, why not a clean restart? So, but we had two crashes on yesterday's stream. Let's go for the obsidian one. So it recognizes all the Git repositories and finds, you know, where we have new stuff and things like that automatically. But what we're looking for now, I think it might be under programming. Let's see, is it here? Streamer.bot scripts? Yeah. So if we run the streamer.bot code backup here, I'll just F5. Right, and we're in Obsidian now. So I would like to tell it not to do that because I want it to stay here. So today it is the 9th August. It's 14:08-ish. Yeah, and I'm late streaming because I'm a bit sick still, so I'm just doing it. Anyway, we have a lot of scripts in here. A lot of these are the left, right, those move ones, because I'm going to delete them actually now from streamer, but I thought it would be nice to have a backup. So let's just delete these. Always take a backup before you delete stuff, you know, because you might change your mind. So we could just add them back now if we wanted to, because the code here is saved. Though I don't see any reason I would do this, but you never know. Down, forward. So I made one out of them all instead, called move. We did it on stream. So open the robot arms claw there. And by the way, I got a package yesterday with stuff from AliExpress that we ordered on stream. So all of it didn't come. Oh, this is the same thing. 2 different bags. So these are just cables. Let's see. So we have this kind of easy to grab stuff. Yeah, they're the same. I thought it would be kind of odd if they were not, and they're supposed to be the same length too, right? So we can just connect these to the multimeter instead. Kind of nicer than having to try and hold them, you know, little big ones. We could also use them for the power supply that I'm intending to build and connect to stuff, because we will have banana connectors on that. Yeah, we want to delete open and right and up. So I'm kind of thinking, let's do like the stuff that I usually don't do, right? Right, so now we have all the commands connected here to this code instead. And since we have different messages, it's a switch, but at first I made a 1 line for it all, but the messages won't work, so we can delete these lines. It's old, so why keep it around? And we have the backup of the code there. Also, here is the error messages. For example, when the Bluetooth connection times out, we get error messages in chat, and we don't really need that. So, but we can keep this as a comment in case we ever want it again. Well, I guess that's it for this one. So let's just compile and save and compile. We just delete comments, we don't need to test it. What's this? So I'm thinking, why not clean stuff out a bit so we don't have so much old stuff? Yeah, I had an automatic mute, but it stopped working when I started using another mic too. But I think I stopped using the other mic, so we could enable this again. So yeah, we can enable this one. So this is in case I mute myself. Enabled. So if we move this so I can see, so if when I click the screen, that's what this one does. So it is enabled again because I was using this other mic too. It said muted all the time, you know, when I was using the other mic. But when my Bluetooth antenna died, it kinda stopped working. The mic functionality, also the Bluetooth is not as, I mean, I can't make food in the kitchen now and still talk to chat. I'll have to get a new antenna for Bluetooth. So I have this tiny USB thing right now instead of a thing with an antenna. I have the window open a bit. Yeah, and this one, we'll never use this because it didn't work. So let's shake it out actually. So Twitch ads. So we're using the upcoming. And this one used to be at the same time. Now let's just delete it. It's long time since we used this one. This is not backed up, but we can make it again if we want to. This is in case our normal TTS is not working. We can enable the streamer.bot to do TTS for Twitch too, so we can keep that one. So, but I would really like to do it the other way around there, to have YouTube chat in the normal TTS. Alright. Left screen and right screen we're going to keep. This is for Johannes. This is in backup several times. And I won't have this one in use. So we still have it. It's just not active on this. Oh. We can delete this one. Well, let's check what the other ones are. Oh, this was just to test the script. I added several just to test that the script could do it as it's supposed to. And now we don't need to debug that anymore, so delete sub action. There. And this one is disabled. I'm just like, it's nice to have a good place to just copy these from. And I think I'm usually doing it from here. Let's actually copy this code and then delete it. And we're going to use this later, but let's paste it for. I think I have among the automatic ones here. Spam. And this is disabled on this level here. So this is where I was trying to make this work, and this wouldn't compile even, right? Because we have two of the same function with the same stuff, so we're just going to save it. It's not enabled, so it doesn't matter. It's supposed to be saved there, yes. So let's just check what else we have disabled. Discord test. Right. There might be my code in there. This is test 2. What could this be? We can delete this. There's nothing there even. Test. Oh, right. I was testing to run methods. Right. So, as this one actually is enabled, but it's just a test, so we can delete this. Why does it keep hopping to the top? Start stuff. Yeah, I won't use this anymore. So I could use it to start all the applications, but I prefer to start them myself. Yeah, let's just delete it. That would remove the category 2. Here are the timer messages. which are of course also automatic like these. Discord test. Yeah, let's go to virtual camera. Right, so you can't see what I'm doing when I click it. Yeah, as I thought, the entire thing was not there, but it might have been. I'm using a variable, so we can hop back. Let's actually start using the here, come on. Oh well, I'll do it myself then. So I'm using a variable. I don't want the webhook URL here to be in plain text on stream. That would be kind of a lot of messages to my Discord, possibly, because that's all it can do. I think we can delete this one. Yeah, we can. So let's just delete it. Why hop down? I don't know. OBS raw test. Scene list, and I tried to do the same with code, and I think that worked. The question is this the place to have it? I guess I should have actually notes in my Obsidian for streamer.bot, right? I don't. Why don't I? So we were come on, disappear there. So we were doing no, come on, the phone control doesn't work. I can see OBS, so now it hopped there. Now it works. So we were doing buffer overflow nodes. Yeah. But today, let's actually, we have it open twice even. Let's go for OBS. I don't have any notes on that. On streaming stuff, right? Do we want this public or private? Really, the scripts that we just looked at in code, they should be in there too. They shouldn't be in programming, but programming should be like just learning programming stuff, right? So if we make a new folder called streaming, so this is now streaming knowledge. It is not like my streams and stuff. And here we want a new folder for OBS. And we want one for streamer.bot. So, and in the streamer.bot one, we're going to put the script that we just run, streamer.bot scripts. It's more logical to have it actually here. Now we have also, here is my backup, you know. Though the backups are not synced to the repo, I'm kind of sure. Yeah, and this is a specific other repo too. Do we dare to just move this here? I think it will take all the files. So this will need an update now. And code will have gone like, what happened? Yeah, the file doesn't exist anymore. So now it is instead in streaming, streamer.bot. streamer.bot scripts. So this one, since there are nothing else there. Yeah, and here we can see these are gray. They're not synced to the repo. Now let's actually close this. I just started it to do that. The backup. Right, I think I take a backup of the file too. I'm not sure now. So raw. To hop back over here, let's make a streamer.bot note on raw. So it's actually OBS raw, right? So one way to do it is to have a OBS raw like this, and we don't have ShareX up. I'm curious, did stream ever crash when I don't have ShareX up? I'm curious to know that. So now if we select this one and we have 4 here, so if we do this, this is like or just adding it here. We do a code. Well, let me just copy the code instead. And this is C#. I don't know if it can, yeah, it worked with the sharp character. So this is the default comment from OBS, and this is how it looks up here, right? So, but it does the same thing. So now we have this in the notes, so we can delete this one. We don't have to have stuff active in streamer.bot. I mean, all the things we can clean out will the tiniest thing, you know, but still cleaning up the stream may make it crash less, right? So test image, I think this is active stuff, right? I should continue this. This actually adds sources and things like that, and I wanted to make like these should be available, these functions. You can make your own DLLs. I might. But this one we'll keep, and test video is similar, I think. Though it's not converted. This one has, let's see, we're using JObject data here, and JSON objects, and here we're just adding strings, and it's very easy to miss a character when you do these, and then you have a lot of trying to find an error. A lot of pluses and stuff to build the JSON. Actually, it's manually, right? So TTS test. Oh, right, so this is just
welcome to the stream.
So we can delete this one. We're actually using it too, so there. Twitch would auto upload. Oh.
Kitty says,
thank you, Noiki1 Pat.
Hi, welcome in, Nori. I was like, thank you for what? Oh, right, for being welcome. You're welcome, always welcome, Nori. So today is like a random stuff stream. So this is now the test.
Hee soon as I join I see you test it. Perfect time.
Yeah. That's actually what I did for the one we deleted before, to say hi to people sending their first message. Maybe you could do it when they join chat, you know? There's actually such a thing, I think. Right, so I have this code up here. Yeah, I just wanted to check. I didn't have any. Yeah, this is not finished, and it's not, but we could keep it here. So these are the messages. It says YouTube too. But not this one, which is logical, and not YouTube. So if I do Discord in Discord in Twitch chat, we don't get a message in YouTube, right? There is no message here. So why is this thing here again? Anyway, so the YouTube message here didn't work. Okay, so it's trying to use the bot account. So if we go to platforms, YouTube, account, it says that the bot is connected. Oh. So I can't test this, but I can test trigger release. And I can see that Twitch got the message again, but not YouTube. Let's disable this one for a sec, so we don't get a million one there. So sending this again, nothing. So I'm like looking for YouTube. There. What order is this? I was looking at the end. E after, I don't know what order it is. I would never have used this anyway, you know? And never this, so it's not like how I use them or anything. So send a message to channel. Hello. Let's do test. And let's this time do broadcaster, okay? And we test this again.
Fixit 42 live says test.
Right, so if we change this to bot, and we run this again.
Fixit 42 bot says test.
Okay, so that worked. So I'm just copying this, changing the message in here to this, running it. It doesn't work, so now we know what the problem is. Delete sub-action. I'm deleting the other one. The problem might be a lot of things, but it could be that YouTube would delete a link from a non. Yeah. So it's not that, just to make sure. So if we just set broadcaster here and run it again, we should work, right? So it must be the permissions of the bot account that we need to fix. I have no clue how to do this. So let's find out. So YouTube, permissions, like just get into YouTube, right? I think if you just go to my YouTube channel and look at the stream, I will be like able to click it. So yeah, I started watching this. Oh right. Oh yeah. Cybersecurity is live. He's live on both. So I would have wanted to see this, but for now let's just do what we were supposed to. So channel, noisy kids today. So I would have wanted to see this, but for now let's just there. So if I click this one, add as moderator. So will this be able, make it able to send messages? So we'll see if my stream crashes if we turn on Neil's stream here too. So we can have this in the background. I don't think it will mind, right?
Onto camera a little bit. Cybersecurity, family,
Well,
across
listen a
LinkedIn,
bit
Twitch,
to
YouTube,
this
everywhere
in
else.
the background
Please put
here.
your hands together in chat for Richa Call, CEO of Compliance. Richa, thank you so very much on behalf of my community for coming and hanging out with me this morning.
So let's see. We have to listen to.
Oh, you're on mute. Oh no! Oh no! We just did this.
I'll actually do this.
Chat,
So
we've got
if
one.
I were
We
stopping
hit
stream, I would
one.
rate him, but I'm not. So I just started.
All right, we'll give
We've
our
just been
second
doing
to,
for
to go fix
37
the,
minutes, and he
the
started
mic
16 minutes
issue,
ago.
and then
Oh.
come back. It always happens. We always get at
Bad
least one.
timing.
It's all good. It happens. All right, let's see if
So
she's back. Let's see if she's back.
he kinda said what time
I
he
am
would
back.
start
Can you hear me
it,
now?
Got you.
right?
Okay. No
Oh, they're having
idea why that
technical
happened.
difficulties.
So sorry about that.
So
I was saying.
Madam
now
Fabulous
we'll
says,
see if it works.
GMGM.
Hi.
We do have a
Good
question in
morning.
chat about tea, so this is probably a pretty good opportunity to
And I'm always like,
to
what
kind of push that
what should I
question
call
on screen.
you
What
now?
kind of tea are you drinking?
Right.
I am a classic. I drink English breakfast tea every morning.
So
I
we
can't
we
get on the
have
chai tea
Neil in the
latte,
background here.
Spin that's
Oh,
going on right now.
cyber insecurity.
Really? I've always loved chai. Like I
Let's
love,
see.
I've got, like,
I
different
just
flavors of
realized
chai.
when I
Low
was
Cipher is
fixing.
fine too.
It's called,
Yes,
it's like a midnight
Cypher.
tiger chai that's got like some really weird herbs.
Yeah, yeah. Right.
Well, I'm a
Nori, should I
I'm a
make you my
traditionalist
bun?
when it comes to my tea.
Good.
You
Good.
Highness
All right,
works
let me
as
brag
well.
about you really quick, 'cause I always brag about myself.
Yeah.
You have got an amazing,
Oh, you should go to
amazing
Johanna's
history, right?
stream.
You were,
That's,
former consultant at McKinsey. For those who don't know what McKinsey is, like I talk about the big four being EY, Deloitte, and
Right, so are you
PwC,
streaming,
PwC.
Cypher? Do you
At
stream?
Noriko
And some of
Neko.
those other
Translated
consulting
from
Do you
companies
stream?
Japanese.
I will
tend to
give you a
think that they
shout
can
out if you're
transcend
streaming.
the big four and
So
they're
we're
kind of
working on
above the
stream
big
stuff
four.
today. That's
And
why
so,
we have
I always
OBS
think
up in the
McKinsey
background,
consultants
and
a
we're
little,
going to
little crap
test
thinking
this
that they're
message
better than the
now.
rest of us in the big four space. But
So if we
McKinsey's a big
change
deal.
here to
McKinsey's
the
got a
bot
lot of
account
I have done
again.
it a little.
And so
Oh,
she
sure.
spends the time there with
I'll
McKinsey. So
shout you
hats
out.
off to you for doing the due diligence with the consulting world.
Though
You were a
I
managing
have,
director for
I
Virginia
did have
Economic
a SO1,
Development.
but
You've been a head of
the
strategy
shout out
and a
seemed to
chief
work
strategy
better,
officer
you
at
know.
Contract Pod, and now you're CEO and
Um,
co-founder of a GRC company. And if you know, I think the first thing that kind of comes to mind
I'm
is
not spelling
Foolish
it
mortals
right.
is my favorite gender
Am I?
neutral form of address though.
Short list of experience. That's what
Fully
definitely
short.
some other people would think as well, Neil. And you're right. You're right. But I think you gotta really just go for what you want.
Yeah.
I really, really believe that. And
What's it-
So I can't
Good,
spell. I
good.
should have copied, right?
And so
Is
I
it
think
right?
that's been kind of my mantra my whole career.
Yeah.
Woo.
I
And
mean,
we'll have to shout
you were
out.
obviously Mackenzie, and then you.
I know
quickly
there's a
switched to managing
timeout, right?
director, and then
So
you-
shout
you
out,
had a C, next to your name. And, now
and
you're
of course we have to
co-founder
follow
and
you, right?
and
There,
CEO.
following you.
I have to ask. You seem pretty young.
I hope
in
you're
that
streaming.
role.
Ty.
You seem to,
Hope you'll be streaming.
Kind of grown pretty rapidly over the course of your
So
career. I imagine you
when
had
rough
some
music,
challenging
that's Johannes.
personality types that you had to interact with.
We'll do that
Probably
in a
being
bit.
younger than your
So
peers,
let's
probably
test
being
this
younger
now.
than
If we
some of
test
your,
run this now, test
some of your
trigger.
senior leaders that you've had.
Now, since it's now a moderator,
You know,
it
it's funny
can do
because,
it.
Obviously,
So
I'm
it now had
female,
permissions
I'm
to send
minority,
links.
but
So
I don't think
defaulting
about those
YouTube
things
is
as much
not
as
to
I
send
often
links
think about my
in.
age. And actually,
That's
my age has
interesting.
been
So
one of the
all of
most
these
difficult
should
things
work,
to
but
almost
we'll have to
handle throughout my
enable it
career.
for.
One of the funniest stories I will tell you is when I
So
was
if
managing
anyone
director at
does
Virginia Economic Development Partnership,
exclamation GitHub, it should also
I
work
had
in
my
both
average age on my
YouTube
team was
and.
about 58, 60, and I
Yeah, and
was
also the timed ones should
24
work
years old.
automatically.
And
Automatically.
on my first day in the office overseeing this team,
Enable.
I walk into the office
There.
after lunch,
So
and one of my team members
both
had put
GitHub and
printed
Discord
out news
work.
Kitty
article on my
says,
chair that said,
Madam
"How to
Fabulous,
report to
hope
a
you ready for
millennial,"
more
with a
party
smiley
Noiki one
face
cheer.
sticker on it.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
I
YouTube,
didn't
sending
even know
YouTube
how to
links to
react. I
YouTube,
didn't
that's
know
like.
who had put
Also,
it on my chair,
Madam
and I had
Fabulous
no
says,
idea
this is
how to
another
react
at
YouTube
to it
Noriko
channel.
Neko, that
on
was
day one.
fun.
And so I just decided to embrace it instead. And I just want to say the most important criteria for success
Maybe
for young
we should add
executives
this
is
YouTube
really
too, because
gracious
it's another
team members.
YouTube
I
channel.
really, really believe that.
So on the flip
And
side of that,
maybe I
obviously,
should
one of the questions that I get asked pretty frequently, right, around the age topic,
check
actually
out
surprisingly comes from the other side of the spectrum.
the
of
YouTube
folks who
channels.
feel that they're too old to transition
And
into cyber or to transition into
so what on
general
earth am I?
change at all.
Have I
Having
copied
been somebody
this
who's been
bit?
on the
Okay,
younger side of
let's
that
because I have in my
do you
mind I
believe that
shouldn't
our
copy
industry
something
is
because I
one
have
that
something already
where
copied, you
age
know?
plays a huge part into whether you can be successful or whether you can succeed in our industry?
Absolutely not. And I just want to say that it's all about the expertise. And I really do believe that in today's day and age, there is so much content and training readily available for folks
And then
who
we'll
want
have
to
to
pick up
test this.
information security, cybersecurity,
And
GRC topics.
If
And
we
really
copy
get
this
to know them.
message
And I think that's one of the best parts of this industry.
and
actually.
make a
That's
YouTube
awesome.
right in the
Thank you so
middle
very much for saying that.
message
Hopefully everybody else who's been listening
with
to
the
me say it
same
for
from the
years,
bot
4 years now that we've been streaming.
that now
Here's you
is
say that and
mods
take that
that
away.
can
As a matter of
send
fact, somebody
links.
clip that and put it up on the internet. Words of wisdom from
And we
a
test
young
send
CEO
this
co-founder.
one.
So
We should get
you're
it
here
on
this morning.
both.
You're joining us this morning. One of the things I really
That's
want to
that's a
dive
bit of a
into and
mess,
talk to you
right?
is-
But
is I really
whatever.
want to pick on
I'll mess
your
with it later too.
expertise around GRC.
Like what
Um,
message do I
you
really
know,
want to send, you know, and how much do I want to spam my
there's a
own
lot
chat
to
with
unpack when
stuff.
it comes to GRC. We've talked about GRC on
Anyway,
this
the
stream.
TTS message
I will
only goes to
self-admit that
Twitch
I had
because
a CISO,
this
a
is
former CISO that
about
was on the stream
the
with me, and we kind of called
TTS.bot.
GRC the garbage job
with
of
the
cybersecurity
configuration
industry.
stuff.
So hopefully you don't
And
take any offense to
since
that. But there is
for
kind of a
YouTube,
stigma
I'm
that
using
GRC isn't a real cybersecurity
I'm
job
using,
because it's non-technical, because it just deals with policies and risk and compliance.
speaker bot.
Kitty says,
Debunk that myth just a little bit. Like, why
Did
is
not
there-
play anything I set to, so just freestyle it. Everything is more enjoyable. Noiki one
Great
shake.
question. I
Wasn't
like to make
me.
a couple analogies here. So one is
It was
that
you.
I think of CISOs
It's
and
always
security
you,
teams
Neil.
as kind of the
Just kidding.
people have to come and fight
Um,
fires, right? They come in, the fire comes on, you call them up, and you're like, we need you to come over
So-
here. There's all these things going on, but there's people who set up the fire protection codes, who come and make sure that things are safe.
Yeah, I
So you're
realized
not
I hadn't told
always
you up,
worried
so.
about a fire breaking out every 5 minutes.
Yeah, so what
And
next?
that's
What's
GRC.
next? So we have
They
fixed
do
these.
that
That's actually
unsexy
something that we
job,
could
so that way
cross
people
off
have
here.
a little bit more peace of
So
mind when they're
YouTube
walking in,
auto
and everyone
messages,
feels a little
cross
bit
off.
calmer about
But we want to add
day-to-day.
one actually, because
That's how I
why
like to
not
think
have a
about
Twitch
GRC.
one, right?
And I actually like to think of it, it's like politics.
So
if
for
things are
for
calm,
YouTube,
you don't really need to pay attention to it, and that's the ideal state. So
Uh,
that's That's sort of where we're at.
I think Ryan Reynolds played in a movie
Oh,
called
well,
The Hitman's
Twitch.
Bodyguard, where he said boring is always better.
And it's in the group timers.
Exactly. But I think we can make GRC.
And
that's just me.
But if GRC is supposed to put all of these policies and stuff into place,
let's
what
add
good does it
this
do to put policies in place if nobody pays
we
attention?
need to add a timer for it.
That's a really good question, and that's where I think it's not just about
yeah, I need to
policies in place,
remake
it's about
how
awareness
I
and
do
training,
these.
and a lot of GRC
But I
teams
think we
take that
have.
on. They somehow take on a role of at least overseeing or putting the right processes in place to not just throw policies into the abyss, but to actually take up the next mantle of saying, how do you get teams to learn and understand and operate
I think this might work to save a new stream title, but I'm not sure. I think it might not too.
Policeman or
and this one
firefighter
actually
or,
usually is here,
developer
right?
In the sense of like, this type of enforcement, regulation type of thing inside of enterprises. It's hard to get buy-in.
Yeah, so
from
we
the
want to
entirety
make a
of the business.
command.
I can remember my days at Abbott.
That is.
We had 7 different business
Twitch.
units, and we tried
So,
very hard to put a policy in place that was specific enough to stop threats or to hedge risk, but also general enough to where it could be applied to
and
7
the tab
vastly
order is
different
so funny. You
business
hop to
units.
this one,
How
and then you hop like here.
complicated is it?
No, there.
We talked
You
about,
can't
like,
get
that's
to
what
the
they should be
one,
doing, but
this
let's talk
one
about,
where
like,
you
how
probably want to.
realistically complicated it is
If you don't
to
hop
get
like
consensus to get
backwards,
buy-in and
if
get
you stop
implementation
or
across the
something.
enterprise when it comes to these things.
It's not worth it. You have to click.
Totally agree, and it's something.
So if you do
I
Twitch
think
and
the
we want
best
this to
kind of
work
solution
only
set that I've
in
seen is
YouTube,
having a
right?
company-wide policy and then team-specific procedures, and even that can get really tricky
Also,
because it
this
is
YouTube
difficult to
message is
manage
not
all
for
of these
Twitch.
different areas of the business.
This is
really
what I
do
was
believe
going to
that,
add
there's
to
this
the
big
other commands
chasm,
here.
I
We
think,
want
in too many
Discord
companies
to
between
work
the
in
GRC
YouTube,
compliance functions and the actual
and
first line of defense business teams that are out there.
GitHub
And
to
the
work
most success
in
that I've
YouTube,
seen in actually implementing GRC
and the
policies
TTS
and
should
really
only
living
work
by them
in
is when
Twitch,
there's actually a close relationship.
and
And it's so funny, Neil,
YouTube
because
should work
we think
in
it could be
both,
process or set
because
meetings,
it's
but
now
it's not.
two
It's people.
YouTube
It's people
addresses,
talking to
right?
people. And it's, I think you had John Moore on the stream a couple weeks ago or something,
So
and he was
this
talking
one,
about how business-minded CISOs have to become more
everybody can do
technical-minded.
it.
Technical-minded CISOs have to become more
No
business-minded.
permissions or
I actually
anything.
believe that across the space. So
But
GRC
we
folks
also
have to
need
become more
a
business-minded.
timer. And I'm
Business
like,
folks have to become more
where
GRC-minded.
on earth
And when they
are
do
the
that, they start to
timers?
connect and relate on a level that is much more human. And as simple as it sounds, I think
It's
that is
not
what
voice
is the most
control. Why do
successful.
I even click
I think
everything?
that that's really key because I can
Because
laugh
this
as you
is
say,
a
like,
mess.
GRC folks need to become more human. And it's not a far line between GRC and
Timed
internal audit.
actions.
And I can remember
So
dealing
this
with a lot of
messy
internal
place,
audit
can I
folks,
drag
and
these
this
tabs
is
too?
obviously, before the AI,
Not
training
too
kind of picked up. And I
far.
was like, and these guys are like working with robots. There's like zero
Oh
personality
well,
to these people
let's
whatsoever.
actually drag this tab though,
And you know
past
what?
all
On
the
the flip
ones I
side,
never
what they're saying
use.
about you, not you necessarily, but what they're saying is,
And the voice
I have
control we are
sent
not
this
really
request
using
7
anymore, but
times
it can
and
be
no one
here.
has responded to
I
it.
always
They
drag
have to
these by
become robots
mistake.
because they're tired of being
Integrations.
ignored. So I have to stick up for
Have
my
we ever
internal
used
audit
this
people
tab?
because I
Let's
feel
drag
for
it.
them as well.
Way a
No,
bit.
I don't. I make no presumptions
In
about
settings,
how
we
easy or
have
hard it is to
timed
deal with internal audit.
actions.
Everybody hates you. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
And
Like,
we want
whenever
another
an internal audit
timer. I
request
have
did come
had
through, it
the
was like,
like.
oh god, not again. We had an entire team set up at Abbott where it was like, when the internal audit sent a request, there was one person who received it, and it was almost like her job was to
So I want
stand up a
YouTube
tiger
people
team
to
of like, okay,
find
who are all
out
the SMEs
about.
that I need inside the CISO organization
So
to respond to this
find
internal
out
audit
about
request.
Twitch,
And it was just like
and hopefully
it was almost like we had to
over there.
strategize a
So we'll say
counteroffensive
something
to
nice
some
like
type of
there are
incursion
more
whenever internal audit would come
stuff.
through.
I get that, and don't forget, they know that you're doing it, and they know exactly how people feel about
They
that.
should
So
all
that's why
be
I always
like-
say, let's give some love to our internal audit folks who have to do this. But if everyone becomes more human,
More
it works out. Because then
often.
I call you and I say, hey Neil, how's golf going right now?
Yeah.
By the way, can you send me this piece of evidence? Anyway, when's your next golf game? And
Right.
things change. Sounds silly, but it matters.
For my new folks in the chat, we call that a compliment sandwich. Where it's leaded by a compliment with a request and then a compliment there at the end. That's the political correct technique for what she just did there. No, that's awesome, and I do talk heavily
you
about,
have to check this to
we
get
have a problem in
the
cyber,
two.
especially on our technical folks. So all my technical folks who are listening across the stream,
There.
right, you're gonna
So
grow
it
your business, you're gonna
randomizes
look across to see
how
who's
often
gonna
it's
pre-grown and all
sent a
this
bit.
business and this people talk. They're like, no, I just want to be a
So
nerd.
how are
I
these
just wanna play on my keyboard.
sorted?
I just want to write my code. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk to
Not at
people. I
all.
don't want to understand business or anything like that. But it
Well,
sounds
that's
like from your
hopelessness, I
perspective,
guess.
like
Can't
the
sort in
successful
any way.
GRC teams and ultimately the successful
Can you
security
write?
organizations
No.
are the
I'm
ones
just
that have
curious
kind
how
of mastered
this
that
works,
ability
this
to
program, you know?
almost treat their function as a service and be able to talk with their peers in an organization.
Yeah, so
And great point that you were just saying, treat their function as a service. Some of the
I'm kind of thinking it's bad of me to have his audio on streams. I turned it on. So, well, we'll need to add 2 triggers. One command. Let's Twitch. And these are sorted. And then we're going to add a timer. And it's not here. Is that a core thing? Timed actions. So I did actually add it here now. And that is also called Twitch. So now it will go for both. We will also need to add a message, and we just want YouTube this time. So I'll just copy this sub action and add it here. And we'll just have to add the text. So why not check out the Twitch stream?
Agent 57 says, hack the
Hi.
plan.
Welcome back. Twitch has lower delay and more features. So YouTube will like bonk my head when I do this, right? Don't do it. We'll see what they if they say. Oh, so we got an actual message there. It's kind of long. I guess we're hacking YouTube now. And then we need, of course, the URL for Twitch. Will they get mad? Yeah, let's do that shout out. You can't miss. That's a fun stream. I know you were in there once, Nori. That you have to check out. On the theme of Your Highness there, he says, oh, if you don't know how to pronounce my name, Johannes, it's like Your Highness. So that's why I thought of him. So, in Cypher's fault, I shouted him. So, fun music stream. Yeah, I think he does Wednesdays, Mondays and Wednesdays now. So like Swedish evening time, because he's Swedish. Yeah, so we'll have to do it here. Twitch.
Fixit42 Live says. Twitch.
Oh, we'll have to fix this. You shouldn't read that. And we got the message. And there should also be a timer on it. Though
Kitty
I
says,
see that my icon is
Twitch.
bad here. Yeah. um. So this command won't work in Twitch chat. And we'll need to fix something, which is let's take the opportunity to do it. So Twitch, YouTube chat message, execute code, and it removes. These are just people who said bad things, so that's why they're in there. So we're just going to add a if here, and let's put a exclamation mark. So if it's a command, we don't want it to read either. So it just exits, and if it returns false, it will not do the next thing here, or anything more, I think. So it has to return true for this to be done. So that's how easy that is. This one we can just delete because we're not sending the messages to Twitch anymore, which I did before, to get them read by the TTS. So I'm like, why is delete so far down in the list? There. Now we should be able to do again here a command. Let's do YouTube this time. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channels, and one of them they're at here, but this one should work here too. Maybe I should change the text there. Hi all. YouTube should work here too, and it sends to both, right? Both of them sends to both. And if we do normal messages,
Fixit says, test.
Fixit42 live says test.
so it's different TTS that reads them, and you can configure this one, which is nice. And if we do TTS here, it should only work on this side. There's another TTS here, so if we do TTS here, we won't get anything because it doesn't exist. I'm hoping to use the normal TTS for this too. So what else do we need to do? Alright, you can't really read chat because it's on top of my chat, right? We could have done like this. I think it's still a mess, right? Whatever. If you really wanted to read it, you could read it, right? Yeah. I'm thinking we should make our own chat thingy. And I was like, oh, I'll have to go into and do stuff and mess about with the code of things. But then I thought, like, well, we have the messages, right? We can just make our own file with the messages. We're sending them to the TTS. We could send them also to just, you know, the file. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, so this thing we can't do now. Yes, we have YouTube control of the robot. That will be an easy fix because it's just the same as we did before here. So I messed up my order here, so I didn't find it. And we can fix these two. We don't need a million. So we can actually do B. C down, U up, O open, C close, and then we have B back, forward, down, up, open, close, right and left, of course. I'm like, what's left? Right and left, right? And then we just add YouTube 2 here too. And we can, let's start with disabling the rest, right? And test it, meaning it's robot control time, right? So let's get the robot going. So
we're working with these bigger enterprises
I'll
who are
set up
accessing
that.
these smaller companies, and actually what's happening is the opposite. They're pushing them to
Let
get
me
SOC 2, to
recheck
get
that
ISO
one later.
27001, to get some semblance of data security third-party
starting the camera up
attestation,
there.
actually, and so that they can not be breaking with their internal policy at these enterprises. And I'm actually seeing that more and more. You don't know how many clients come to us and say, shoot, we actually have this enterprise client we really want to sign, but we can't sign them until we get SOC 2, until we prove XYZ. And so they come to us. And the fact that that's happening tells me that there's something else going on. And actually, I just want to talk about, that is third-party risk. That is literally third-party risk. Maybe if an enterprise is saying yes to a 15-person company with no IT security, I would bet in today's day and age,
I
it's
didn't
because
start
they've
it
assessed
on
that
purpose,
risk.
so
Maybe
I'm
they've
just
said,
starting
hey,
it.
this company has no real personal data. They're just manufacturing some bolts for us. So
There.
it's not too much of a
Yeah,
risk.
and you can see
Maybe they say, you know, we've checked their three
this.
controls that matter to us, that they're, you know,
Here are
they're
the
not
new
keeping
cables.
our data. They're not keeping any of our personal
So,
data. They're not
Madam
doing this
Fabulous
because they're
says,
also, you know, just
"Is this a
manufacturing products
podcast?"
for us. We accept this risk.
This is a Twitch stream from Cyber Insecurity.
You know, I have to give you credit. I have to give you
So,
credit
but
because
you can
I've
kind of
had this
call
third-party
it's
risk,
like a
and people have taken the
podcast.
bait from me before, and they've fallen trapped to it. This is
And we
like
have
something, I mean,
we're
I've
supporting
received
Mir, so we
third-party
have
risk.
we have both.
I'm still a
Where the other
cynical
one
guy
disappeared.
when it comes to third-party risk, because I think until that
Yeah.
trend,
So
personally,
here's,
this is Neil's
or
opinion,
rather, I
think until
stopped
that
it.
trend becomes the majority,
It's the same thing, I think. Yeah.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I've caught that a couple of times.
Yeah.
Typerin says, "Nice keyboard."
I hope you're right.
Ah,
I
thanks.
do. I hope you're right. I
It's
hope we get to see more and
it's
more of this.
let's see.
I want to pivot us
It's
over
blue.
now because I want to pick on something you said earlier
And
about
cheek.
being more human and having human interactions with,
So
you know, with your
here we have
clients,
the
if you will,
robot.
as a GRC team inside of a security organization.
So
Talk about AI.
you will have to
Because
debug
isn't
the
AI
controls
the
now, and we'll have to
antithesis
test on
of being more
YouTube too, right?
AI, if you look at it at a
So,
superficial
power
level,
up.
may seem like the antithesis of being more human. But in fact, what I think
We
AI
don't need
enables
that.
us to become more human because it unlocks our time back. It actually takes care of the
So
manual
these are
tasks
nice.
that one take up your time. so
They're
you don't
they're
have time
very
to be human,
plasticky.
but also they
They
take
were
up your
cheap
mind space.
AliExpress
And
ones.
once, I mean, just think about your own
So-
life. After you've done a
So I bought
manual
2
task,
of these
task,
bags, and then we have a bag of
just want to ask you.
I want to go out. Yeah. There are lots of things that I probably shouldn't say.
Right,
on stream.
so what you can do now
Do
is
you
to
wanna bang
actually
your head
control
against
the
wall?
robot.
Because I sure do.
And we just
So
changed the
what if you
controls a bit,
instead
but
came
they're
in
they're
the
up here
morning,
by
you
my
have your
hand.
tea, and
Here you
AI
have the
has done a bunch
controls.
of manual
Kitty
tasks for
says,
you, and you don't have to do
It's my
those anymore.
friend.
How do you feel
Yeah,
compared to after
nice,
you've done a
nice
bunch of
friendly.
data entry? I mean, I
Right,
bet you
let's
feel a lot
let's
better.
put something you can pick up
I'm
here,
gonna
right?
channel the entire community across all the platforms and hear them all
So
running and
I
screaming
changed the
as
commands,
as
so
they
it might
are
not work.
literally
We'll see.
saying inside their heads, "See, Neil, AI is
Yeah,
gonna
so
take
it
my
got
job.
the
AI is gonna
moving
take my
robot on
job.
up.
Richard just said it. AI is gonna take my job.
Oh no, not the ghost.
What have you
I
done?"
hate that thing.
That's not true, because what I'm
Okay,
saying is that it's taken up the manual, repetitive tasks, which
do
we
I have
don't need
anything
people
else
to be
that's
focusing
not
on. What we
heavy?
need people
Oh,
to be
it
focusing
moved.
on is the
It moved.
strategic work that comes
It
after that.
moved.
Let's just keep pressing on third-party risk, because I know it's your favorite.
So we had a bit of
So let's think
time
about
out
this
there.
example. This is one of my favorite examples.
As you can't
Oftentimes
see
big
several
enterprises, they
angles,
send out
let's
as
fix
part of their
that,
third-party
right?
management
So I have
process.
this.
A vendor comes in the door because a business team wants to bring on the
Oh, you're
vendor.
going to talk about
The
questionnaires,
security
aren't
team.
you?
Part.
I'm going to talk about questionnaires because they are really a
Legs.
great topic for thinking about AI. So a vendor comes in and you have to assess them. What happens today? In today's world, what happens
And
right
let's
now
get my
is
phone.
Core Security Joe is sending
So you can see
over
two
a
angles.
questionnaire via Excel or sometimes Word document over to this third-party vendor, who then responds. They respond in whatever format they please. They miss some questions. They answer whatever. And poor Security Joe has to sit here and read manually through everything. I promise you, those questionnaires go up to 200 questions plus, and it is... We're talking about manual tasks where you want to bang your head against a wall. It is rough, because you're not only checking, oh, wait a second, they've answered this question the wrong way. That creates risk for my business. You're also checking.
Let's see.
Have they even filled this in right?
Can
I believe this answer? I mean, there's so much other stuff poor Security Joe has to do. And then once he's done with that, he has to go back to the vendor and say, hey, can you re-answer these, please? And then once that's over, let's say it's been 2 weeks now he has to sit down and assess the risk. Now, imagine if he didn't have to do all of those first steps, then he could just sit down and assess the risk and really take the time to understand, is this a real risk for my business? Does this really matter? How can I problem solve with this vendor to try to get them over the hump if we really need to work with them?
So
all of a sudden, there's time for
there's a keyboard in the way and everything.
That's where I just feel that we stopped the conversation about AI at level 1. We really need to bring it to level 3.
Should put something white in between there.
So I'm having PTSD as you're talking about these vendor questionnaires because working at a startup, obviously I deal with vendor questionnaires pretty frequently, and I'm Security Joe who has to complete said questionnaire and send it back. And I
did I put it back?
PTSD. I'm really trying very hard to stifle that desire to want to cry right here on stream.
You moved me
I
noisy one
think
Angie.
that there's value in the low-level automation.
I'm sorry, Nori. I'm so sorry.
Put it, but that doesn't sound advanced. That doesn't sound like when you hear people talk about all these, advancements that we see and all these moving, the way that AI is going to innovate cybersecurity.
Yeah, I think those two images will kind of help.
And the network devices out there saying like, oh, we're going to do.
And the error message is gone now, so sometimes it takes time because there are actually
He's very slow to respond this time.
Bluetooth connection. Yeah, it's a Bluetooth. I need to get a new Bluetooth antenna that's better signal.
Why can't I just get like a
let's move it.
An RPA or something like that, just to like have a canned statement.
So it's on the other side of the screen here.
There's a few ways to answer this question. So
here it
one
is.
of them is that, of course,
So now it's closer.
Right, I'm giving one
Bluetooth
specific
is over here
AI
now,
just to make
kind of
it real,
close.
talk about how it really affects that manual workload.
Not on the other
lot
side of the
AI out
screen
there
with
in
metal
the
and stuff.
GRC and security space, which is very specific to, I'm going to say, sexier problems, since we've been using that word.
So the Bluetooth
and it's
board
very
is
flashy,
here,
it's
so
very,
this is like
it's very,
this
very
antenna.
intelligent. It's going to change the game. And I think that it doesn't change the principle of the example that I gave, which again is just one small example of one workflow in a sea of workflows that GRC and security teams
Do you want the error messages that it's timing out?
Output is still the same. When you are thinking about
and back to left, not
detection
up.
and response,
Back to
right?
left.
How many
because that's stronger.
false positives do
The servos
CISOs
are
have
not
to deal
that
with all the
strong.
time right now? So many. And they have to spend the time reviewing those to get to a point where they can say it's a false positive.
Right,
And
Mrs.
sure,
Ghost
they can
get
still
here.
do that if they want to. But again, going back to the strategic work comes after some of that. The strategic work comes in actually battling the real battles. The real
So I kind of
monsters.
feel bad to have his audio on. Oh, turn it off again. Sorry for going back and forth there. I'm just realizing it will be like on the audio forever, right? So it's not my content, so you better not have it there. Come on now, come on Yeah, back. Nice. It's definitely a lot of the ground there. So. Yeah, so what are you gonna do it? You gonna throw it at me, Nori? We'll see if it resets, if it's heavy. Sometimes it resets, you know. But now it is connected to its own power, not my computer. It's just a phone charger that's powering it. Oh yeah, you can throw it off the table there.
Here, take Gift Noiki one hug.
Oh, thank you. Can you give it to me then? Yeah, thank you. So we have confirmed that the new commands work, so we can delete the old ones. Ah, I dropped it. There. Thank you. Thank you for testing, Nori. So, maybe I should make a reset command for it. Ooh. Yeah, I think that's it, right? Let's.
Yes, maybe just add. Reset.
Yeah, should we do that? We could do that. Let's keep it up. I'll just get my phone to its charger here. Oh, the motor is running. I have to click the reset button or it will break. So it might be that it tried to open the claws more than it can actually do it, so. So if we disconnect power, then I can move these. But as you can see, I can move a lot without moving the servo, because the arm doesn't move a lot in angle for this movement. So 100 is very much for this servo. Open close.
Can set power to 0 to 100 knot degrees?
It's 0 to 180. But this servo is connected like this. So it's just using a tiny bit of its angle. So 100 degrees would be more than, more than 90 degrees, and it's just using this tiny bit here too. I can't even move it. It should be able to move like this when it's not on. So I turned the power off there, so
Okay, so more 30 or so.
to do a reset command, we would have to change the code in there. So I'm thinking we'll probably not do that today. Let's fix the rest of stream stuff first, at least. So my Bluetooth is here now. We'll see if that's better. Right. So where's that notepad? Here. We can look at the notepad. Or we just hop back. Let's actually close the app that does the... If you close the Irian app here, here you can see how I power this on. Just by that. Then the apps will that app will kind of be dormant and not take 1,000,000 power and not overheat the phone until we need it again. So fix spam messages is my next point here on this. But first we can delete all of these now. So can I drag this? No. So set group to known and delete the robot arm. That must be the most efficient one, right? Then we can do this is not backward anymore, this is robot arm. And well, I guess it can be there in known. It doesn't have a group anymore. It's all alone. Though these should really be we have remote here. These are connected to remote, though I haven't used these forever. I'm not using recording anymore at all. We have a THM one. I don't think we're using that. You could try. Yeah, this is like the first I made. You can say hi. So if you do exclamation hi, it says hi. I hope you like this read. We could remove that one, right? What's this? Back. Oh, right. These are for voice control, I think. I'm back. I'm just thinking, is there anything else that we can fix here first before we go to the next? So these we clean out here. These are switching screens. I can enable commands so you can do that, you know, but they're disabled now. Yeah, I think it's time. It's time to go to the spam one here. We just oh, right, so this will start sending crazy lot of messages to Twitch chat if we let it, because it I was debugging why it didn't work. Now I have another code here, so let's get this old one here and let's delete this so it's actually functional command, and I'll put the old one after the return here. If message contains sheep, delete chat message. You know, the sheep viewers at messages, you know, that I get sometimes. That was the start reason for that. Yeah, so we have double. So let's just save and compile that one, and I thought I had something else. So was it the YouTube chat messages? So here I'm looking at the chat messages, and this works. So this might be a better example of code, since I am actually looking at the start of the messages and it works here. I don't remember what the problem with the other one was, but spam, and I keep double clicking there. So main code goes here, we can delete that. So this is the code that comes from the YouTube one. Right. So if we compile this, it will go crazy because it doesn't work, and that's totally fine because I just want to test run this to have output here of this one. It's not even enabled.
Vroom.
Room. Yes, as you can see, it also runs every time there's a chat message, so I wouldn't really have needed that. But I think we can actually move this window while this one is up, which is kind of the only place that this can have two things open. We need to have this disabled when we do it, since it's activated with every chat message, even the automatic ones, I think. So, well, of course it must be. So, init code here. Dispose code here. Oh, right. So I have made stuff. This was one of my first tests. So I'm going to actually copy this, and then we're going to hop over to the notes we just started making here for streamer.bot. And let's make a new note, and let's do a C#. I can't do code structure. That's very annoying. And we just want the base here now. So main code here, right? I do think I have notes on a bit of this somewhere. So this is what these functions are not actually there usually. So we're going to delete them here. They're not needed for anything. It was just when I was learning it, I was checking out how it works. So do we have a string user for Twitch messages? So I can't scroll this window or anything while this is up. This is streamer, but it's a mess. So we will have to save, and then I can scroll this to see if there's a user. There's a user. Okay, then we'll have to go back into the code. What else do we use? Message. Is message in here? They're not sorted on letters. So let's cancel this. MSG ID message. So we have message. This is a test of whisper. No, I don't think so. It's a chat message. And we have a user. So those are the same. Let's just... so annoying. Let's make this a bit bigger at least. And let's go back in here again. So user and message should work the same. So if we just put sheep here, they say sheep viewers on, you know. This should make it not. Well, we'll add other code. And remove the return false. And we can also have like set usernames here. So if the poor users with these names happens to hop into chat, something will happen. We haven't decided what yet. But I'm kind of thinking sometimes you might want also in YouTube chat to remove stuff, right? So let's compare this to my other code. It was like message is test, and this worked, I think, right? And this is how I test started with commands. So this works too. So let's have this as an example left here. Something that works. So get command input. We don't have any command input here. Then we have message again, because it's the same, of course. And I just log info. Yeah, right. We might want to log stuff. That's reasonable. We might want to log stuff here. We don't need to return trues. Here we have also message, and this is message ID, and I think that is what started giving us problems. Right, so that's the sheep and the contains probably worked. It's the next step that gave us problems. So let's just make a test. And I guess we will cph dot what if we do chat message. I know that OBS popped up everything. I don't remember all the functions names. So if you see what I'm looking for, just sending a message. Send a message. So we don't need this bit, we just need well, yup, found it. Because I don't want to say the word again. No, we have starts with, but I want to test different things. So I missed the semicolon. There, save and compile. Now I'm activating this code and we will see what happens to chat. So let's enable this and say test in chat. And then we do
Fixit says cheap test.
Test. Test.
Sheep
Yes,
swoot.
okay.
Fixerbot says.
Yup, found it.
So it's supposed to delete this message now, and this is the problem. But first, let's use the other test. So let's do contains. And So found it again. And I can't do Control S, which is annoying, but I do it automatically anyway. So test sheep.
Yep, found it again.
Fixit says,
So that one was first.
sheep.
Testing another thing. Sheep.
Testing
So,
another thing,
now we
sheep.
find it only with this one if it's further into the string, which is all correct. All correct. So so we can skip the starts with, or this one, whichever we want. First, let's make it like yes. Yes, vill du ha lite mer mat? Okej. Så, jag kommer... So my kid called. So what I'm assuming to be the problem is getting this ID. But we'll find it somehow. I'll be right back. Följ med ner istället då, det blir bättre för visa mig hur mycket du menar. So, need to help my kid a bit. So, let's see. Weather. We could just change that. So anyway, I think that if I delete these two and compile this, it won't work. So let's do the same test again. Test. And
Test.
test sheep, and with a capital C there.
Test
It
sheep.
worked. Nice.
Fixerbot says.
So
Yeah,
we have
found it again.
one more step. And let's actually remove this thing. First of all, message ID here. Yeah, so this one is working. Message ID, which is just the ID. And I was just going to find it in here. So MSG ID. So sorting them would be nice. There it is, MSG ID. So we can close this one. Right, so let's actually search for this bit, right? I'm googling. Let's open a new Firefox that doesn't have stuff in it. Deleting a single message on Twitch. So this is obviously not what we're looking for. Let's do streamer.bot too, right? And just pasting it here. Twitch delete chat message. Twitch delete chat message is this one that we're testing. And parameters is the message ID, and this is not required. And this is how we would run it. CPH, Twitch delete chat message, message ID. And I would assume that the format of this message ID, it's a string here, right? So it's nothing else than a string. A simple string. Right? And we put it in a string, the message ID. And if this just works, I will just faint, you know. Let's actually not use this one, but let's just, after the found it again that we just used here, right? Job found it again. We're just putting Twitch delete chat message, message ID. And I just call it MSG ID. So let's actually use this name. Why not? Right, message ID, nice. We're using its default demo example exactly as it is. Right, so if we get job founded again, then it will delete the message. So it should delete test sheep if we do that again. And saving and compiling, and test goes through, nothing, no problem. Test sheep, found it again, but the message has not been deleted, has it? So, and then
Fix
it
It
finds it
says,
with both.
sheep. FixerBot says,
Yup, found it.
So the TTS didn't read the before ones?
Fix
I'm like,
It says,
what?
test.
Yeah, found it again was Levenstein last time. Okay. And my test too. Okie dokie. So that's logical. I'm thinking like, did I charge my other ear things? So we did this as a main account. We should have permissions. By the way, let's actually open up here. So let's open up Firefox and delete chat message. This is exactly what we do. Let's try the reply, right? And here we have two parameters that are required. Look, here they're doing args message ID instead. So false here. This one actually says a bit more, which is nice. So here we can see this is a string, this is a string, and this is a bool. And in the previous one, yeah, so let's do false instead. On purpose. Maybe this is because we don't have permissions and it's defaulting to the bot. That could be it. So let's see. Yeah, so sometimes it wants capitals in here in streamer.bot, not in C#. It's odd. It's what did I click? Here. So it does false with capitals ones. Sometimes it's odd. So let's see now. If we go back here and we test again. Test sheep message. It was
test
deleted.
sheep message.
So it was the permissions that it was used.
Found it again.
It used by default this. That's why the bot account. then the problem is solved, which is nice. Always nice. So let's just make this the way we want it. We don't need this. And we can put these together. User message and message ID. User will only be used here, right? So Twitch delete chat message. Log info, right? If we wanted to log, we can do that. But I did also log by sending to discard. So I'm kind of thinking starts with is good enough, or rather contains is good enough. We don't need that. It's good enough. The only thing we could possibly add here is to have it not case sensitive. And how is the usual text of them? Let's see if this, you know, sheep shouldn't be alone, right? Sheep adds at. I think that's the one they say usually. Yes, Caban. Okay, I fix it there. So it wants me to hopping with a tiny thing again. Yeah, so let's actually make this a comment and hope that we never use it, right? So if we ever get a user that sends messages we don't want, we can just add them here and they will be deleted. That's kind of it. Sheep messages at, we should never have to see those again. Message removed. And let's actually put that after. Right? So this is just a signal to me that it worked, right? So it's just a false to not use the bot account. It's a bit funny to use the bot account as default. And I tried Ctrl S again. So anyway, we're done with this. Yeah. Let's make it the last test. So now we can do sheep. Because it's not tested anymore.
Fixit says.
But sheep. I think it's users. What is it? I did anyway, adds at. But it's not adds at. But it will be
Sheep
deleted.
adds at. Fixerbot says.
Message removed.
Was the message actually removed? No. Was it? So I can see all the messages all the time, so... Yeah. So it's crossed out when I look in another chat. Because here it's not, you know? Good. You can see it. And we get the feedback message removed. That's good. So, what does the messages actually say? I think I might have it in my notes. But it's probably now in the private section. So it was kind of a long time since I used these notes at all. And this is nothing secret on here, I think, either. It's just error message I got. Just not interesting for other people. To do? Yes? Men varför hämtar du inte själv Bubbelöv? Okej. I'll be right back. Vattnet måste ju smaka samma sak när du gör som jag gör. Vattnet måste ju smaka samma när du gör som jag gör. Det borde smaka samma sak. Yes. Nej. Du kan göra det själv, gubben. Du kan börja ner dig själv. So, what was this? Oh right, someone suggested this thing. I don't know why I would want to do that. So I'm just looking for the... let's actually search for sheeper. Sheep. So it's so long since I used this. I have a start. This before stream checklist. I haven't looked at it in forever. Oh my. Yeah, so there wasn't much here. All right. University studies there. I wonder if I got a reply to a mail I sent to someone. So I'm sure that somewhere I just got another suggestion for a game from my hubby, but I'm like, I don't want to. So I get like, why? So I don't want to spend my time playing games when I can do more useful stuff, right? So I have some spell. Oh well, let's just quickly look. Whatever. I'll close this for now. Let's close the private notes too. So next time I get a message, I will just add it, you know. Robot controls YouTube fixed. We didn't test them though on YouTube. Lurk and unlurk commands. What do you think? What should it say? Should we have some funny messages? Or just let's see now. We have automatic messages here now on YouTube, which was one of the things. So, lurk and unlurk commands. So let's just add lurk. Lurk. Yeah, and I'm thinking I think the command is sent in there. We'll make it like an if what it is. And lurk. And let's make something here. We have commands here. Let's make a lurk and unlurk. So I'm starting to put them more together, right? It's nicer. So it's a command lurk. We don't want to have a million commands if we can avoid it too, right? And then we just use code to fix it all. So my favorite is C#. No, why could it be? How could it possibly be that? Alright. So first we need to get the information again. So let's just prettify it a bit there, right? If it won't compile, of course, with if and if. So I'm just going to copy the and then we have lurk. So this is a message too, you know? Everything is messages. We could just put it all in one big code bit instead. What was that sound? Comments. Lurk and unlurk. Let's just add this before. Now we want the user and the message. I'm curious if it's message. So if something, let's just save it and test trigger this and see what it looks like. So we have the command is lurk. We have it is a message. Yeah, we'll have to do an actual, so lurk. Lurk, testing. And this one will have more stuff, right? Command name. We need command name. Let's put this off to the side and use it. We can actually have several things up. Now we can see all the variables too. Lurk and lurk code. And let's see, it's the command name. So instead of message ID, let's do command name. And so if the command name is lurk. Well, it's always lurk. That's a problem. See, I see it's, you know, the capitalized version. Yeah, command. We want command. That's what we want, not command name. If command is lurk, there. And we could have an else if. So I'm just moving this to the top because it's the first, the highest like level, most important. So if it's a lurk, we want to send a message, and if it's not a lurk, we want to send a message. If it's an unlurk. So cph dot send message. Send message. So we don't need the bot bit. Welcome back. And thanks for working or something. I don't know. Let's just do welcome back. User, right? User name. User is the nicely printed name, and username is the not so nicely, just opposite of command and command name, right? Anyway, it's user that we have here. Welcome back, user. And of course, if this is all we do and we don't need these, so let's just not be overdoing it, and we'll do the same here, right? So we can even delete that one because we're copying this one, and this is where we want the message to. So let's actually start with a name here. Yeah, right. So here we want an F. So F and that messes it up for me all the time. If message is not nothing, let's actually add these here. Just oh no, and of course it added the end automatically. I don't want it to. So if message else, so thanks for the lark, and if they're larks doing it doesn't have to be very nice. I just want to like not on nothing. Well, then let's add the message there. Right, whatever. So we can make it more fun later. It's not that fun now, right? So, line 12. Oh. I didn't fix the name there. So, and how many semicolons did we miss? All of the copied lines. When I copied it, I didn't add a semicolon. So, save and compile. Right? So now we can do lark. Test. So, first of all, did we actually get anything in the queue? So we have lark and unlark here. It was lark, the message. Is there a message? There is no message. That explains it. Then it's an argument instead. So where do we use an argument? So, like, we can do the robot arm move, for example. Let's just copy the line here to get the argument. So, I'm like, where are you, commands? So, we don't have a message. We have a user, but don't have a message, right? I hope we have a user. So let's just check what on earth I copied here. If it contains key input 0, make it 2 string. So I'm hungry. It annoys me. I'll have to fix that. So I copied the robot arm. Let's see, so we there and there. So if I click here, so yeah. So that's why. That wasn't useful. We like missed one of the lines there. Yeah, we can use this. We just have to. We can't use it. No, let's just skip this and go for one that actually uses a string instead. Where do I do that? We can just change the code instead. Oh gosh, that's my tummy wanting food. So args to string as usual. I'm just not sure what happens when there is no argument. We will see. So this one won't work. And I want Control S again. Nine. Oh, I forgot the equals. So now let's do a test again. Thanks for the
lurk fix at 42.
We need a space in there. And if we do lurk now with, so sometimes you do lurk. Have to go get some food, right?
Thanks for the lurk fix at 42. Have a great time, have.
That didn't work, right? So it only got the first word. Right. So that's what it gets when it's not a message. It's a command. So input 0. This is very annoying because it will make a million of them, right? So if we just okay this and go to check this out, what input was actually there. There's a raw input. There's a raw input escaped and then the URL encoded one. So we can't use the input ones with the separate words. So we just switch to raw input or escaped. I guess we do escaped, right? I think we can copy. Oh gosh. So I should have just checked what it was called, as with the other ones. And then I think, no, I can't arrow up. Lark. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Lark. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thanks for the lurk fix at 42. Have a great time 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So lurk. And this will be Levenstein. So if we go lurk again, and let's do I mean, we could go like lurk mode activated. We'll do something more fun later. How to get some lunch.
Thanks for the lurk fix at 42. Have a great time, have to get some lunch.
It sounds a bit off, right? But whatever. So if we do lurk, get some food.
Thanks for the lurk fix at 42. Have a great time getting some food.
Then it works better. Also, we might not want to TTS these, do we? Since lurks are not, you know, if I only listen to the TTS, I don't see the messages. I can't say, like, anything. So I could just say the thanks for the lurk bit, but if they send the messages, it's kind of nice to get those into chat too, right? So let's do unlurk.
Welcome back, fix at 42.
Yeah, so we have all of those things now, so we can fix this better later. Just a few things there. So then we have another thing done on the list. Lurk and alert. YouTube chat on screen. I'm kind of thinking it's time to actually get some food. Talking about food makes me even more hungry. So what we have already is this chat that I don't really use a lot. Okay, so you can have like that. Go away. Filter events. Alright, this is long ago. I haven't started this in a long time. So I can set the font. alternate, invert chat direction, show timestamps. That would be fun to see. So I can't. It's in the same window. So we can see, no, we can only see times, not the dates. So I think they added dark mode because someone actually wanted bright light mode. That's horrible. We don't want tabs. We don't want times. There, I just want to chat. I don't want any quick actions. Oh, I can remove these. So what I'm thinking is if we can use this one. As chat. So if I were to put this one. So what's this icon? I don't want it there. So this chat, can I get this out of here like a URL? Connected to streamer.bot. I don't want this message there. Whatever. This will be funny.
Fixit says
42 live says test.
test.
So both TTSs at the same time. This is an okay chat if I only could get it into my. So put we need still streamer.bot. Chat into OBS. How to set up streamer.bot with OBS Studio. So that was not a good search. Yeah, so I'm thinking after I've eaten, we'll do normal stuff again. So what if we do streamer.bot chat? The streamer.bot chat is not really used a lot, I think. I'll have to ask for what someone uses it does stream to both without any restream or something. So it's definitely lunchtime. Definitely. So, we were reading this.